In any family, we are bound to encounter a certain amount of rivalry among the brothers and sisters. Rivalry for attention, for esteem, and it's not too strong to say for love. It shows itself in a great many ways. We see it, for example, in the older brother's superior mocking of the younger ones. The younger ones may show it disguised as silly clowning, trying childishly to take the center of the stage away from Jenny, the baby of the family. She has learned early how to use her charm and cuteness to win the smile she wants and has a right to have. We see it in the sudden moodiness of the young adolescent who may feel uncertain of father's affection. But rivalry is natural and normal. In fact, you can't have a family without it. Let's consider the pattern of family relations. In the beginning, there are two people, two relationships. Then there is a baby. His world is complete and secure. He has most of the attention of both parents. Then comes another baby. Immediately the household is complicated by 6 new lines of emotional communication. As each new child comes into the family, the number of people is increased only arithmetically, but the number of relationships is increased geometrically. Thus, while the children in a given family have the same parents and the same physical environment, each child modifies the total family relationship so that no two children have the same emotional background. For this reason, even in the happiest families, there is a more or less openly expressed sense of rivalry. The unconscious question in the child's mind is there enough love to go around? In a large family, like the Roberts, individual rivalries are somewhat submerged by the business of living happily together as a group. There must be cooperation, and there must be authority.
Rod, you get your practicing done now. Pat, you get Jenny in the tub, please. Wendy's going to have her turn at the dishes tonight.
The family is a working, cooperating unit, not just a collection of individuals. It has to be. Otherwise, quite clearly, the work would never get done. The children learn early that they are all to a degree interdependent, and in the process, they learn to respect the others as well as themselves. They all have to pitch in to the family business, even if the pitching isn't very useful sometimes. Sharing in these family activities provides training in adaptability and in working together. It is training for life in the larger world. But still, open or submerged, the individual rivalries exist. How can the thoughtful parent deal with them? First of all, it is important that parents accept rivalry as normal. Rivalry has its roots in the yearning to be the most loved by father and mother. Secondly, being aware of each child's need for love and attention, parents should find ways to give it. Just being fair is not enough. If children sense that love is being rationed, they will begin to hoard. This is where the trouble can start. Rod has his innings when Dad picks him up after his cub meeting. Only by having Dad all to himself for a little while can he get over the feeling of wanting him. What more could a boy ask? His favorite food and his favorite father. Now, if Dad thought of bringing some French fries home for Sandy, the joy of it would be spoiled. It's not the quantity of time spent together, but the quality that counts. Given this affection by their parents, energy that is otherwise used in striving for attention can be channeled into activities that bring satisfaction in themselves. Sandy enjoys drawing, and Roddy can honestly admire his brother's work. But even with careful attention from parents, the rivalries are still there. Often in early adolescence, they flare up with renewed violence. Pat's rude behavior is deliberate and aggravating. Wendy's intolerance of his manners is charged with emotion that goes back through forgotten quarrels to the year when she was 3 and Pat was the new baby. One of the most difficult roles of parents is mediation. To forbid the quarreling would be useless, because hiding strong feelings is neither effective nor permanent. Reasoning doesn't work either, for the quarrels are based on emotion, not reason. Now the Roberts accept rivalry as normal and give enough attention to each child, but there is a third way in which they can help them get along together. It is by separating feelings from actions.
I know how you feel, dear, but it's perfectly natural for brothers and sisters to argue sometimes.
Pat's always perfect. Nothing's ever his fault, is it?
It's no one's fault, dear. It's just that you two get so cross at one another. Bad feelings need to be worked out, but not by mean actions.
Child psychology, eh? What am I supposed to do?
Throwing things and calling names just makes you both feel mean.
How am I supposed to let out my feelings about that little pig if I can't even call him names?
There are better ways of working your feelings off. You can talk it all over with me. You know that. Or with someone else. Or work it off.
Sandy can work it off with a pencil and paper. When he's really furious, he indulges in imaginative drawing. That's Rod, with a bird pecking at his nose and the blood dropping down. Rod is in a bad humor. He doesn't know why, but somehow Sandy seems to be the cause of it. Rod feels better after the hand puppets fight it out. When Wendy is upset, just pedaling hard helps to let off emotional steam. A fourth and more constructive method of lessening rivalry is to build up each child's own self-respect. The older children feel important when Dad takes them sketching. Pat is younger and less skillful than Wendy at most things, but he has his moment of success when his drawing is the better of the two. It will be easier to be nice to Wendy after this. At the same time, Dad can build up Wendy's self-respect by taking her into his confidence and recognizing her maturity at not being envious of Pat's ability. We have seen 4 ways to improve family relations: acceptance of rivalry, plenty of attention, working off feelings, and increasing self-respect. Another way to handle difficulties is to talk them over calmly after tempers have died down. Sometimes the children can even see the humor of a situation that has caused a violent quarrel. And finally, the Roberts try to substitute positive feelings for negative ones. The younger children are encouraged to look up to the older ones and respect their seniority. And the older children are encouraged to take the little ones as they are, understanding their weaknesses as well as their good points. And so, with enough love, with self-respect, with acceptable ways of expressing their rivalry, and with guidance in how to get along happily together, the Roberts are coming through the years of childhood with only a normal amount of quarreling. Development is always accompanied by some friction, and in the very nature of their growing up, the children must develop. Therefore, if there is no friction, somebody is hiding something.